Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We are going to give it just a couple more minutes and let some more people hop on before we go ahead and get started. But in the meantime, if you would like to put in your name and where you work and your position in the chat, feel free to do that. And our fun question this meeting is, what is your favorite holiday tradition? That could be for Halloween too. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. What is your favorite tradition that you or your family do? Always curious to hear what other people do. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Really excited to have you guys and chat about all the great things going on with SNAC. And here are some updates. We're going to wait another minute or so before we get started. So if you would like, please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. And our fun question this time around is, what is your favorite holiday tradition? Baking, going to the Christmas tree farm, getting all excited. Trick-or-treating with kids, having apple cider, yes, especially last night. It was rather cold. Yes, any food gatherings, so fun. All right, awesome. Should play music while we're all waiting for people to hop on next time. Should figure out how to do that. I know there's a way. All right. Awesome. Again, thank you everyone for joining today. Really excited to meet. It's been a while, and this is our last quarterly meeting of 2023. So thank you all for hanging in there with us. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So today, just want to go over the agenda. We're going to go over some updates from IDOH that we have to share with everyone today, and then we will go over some of the member updates. I know that Brianna Good has some fun stuff to tell us about how Farm to School Month went this year, so we'll hear from her. And then if anybody else would like to share, you can feel free to take the stage. And then we're going to all work together to talk about some professional development opportunities that we could possibly work on for next year and do a Jamboard session to capture some thoughts and feedbacks. And then we're going to wrap up with some announcements and reminders. So first off, I just wanted to put up the vision and mission and what our current plans are for this year, just as a reminder to refresh everyone's memory. The vision for Indiana SNAC is the Indiana State Nutrition Action Committee, or SNAC, envisions a statewide food system that supports the health and well-being of every person through equitable access to nutritious foods. And our mission, the Indiana SNAC works to coordinate and align efforts among state and local agencies to enhance and promote lifelong wellness through innovative partnerships that support physical activity and nutrition in all Hoosiers, with a focus on limited resource and historically oppressed populations. And just to review, things that we've been working on for 2023 is we have been continuing to offer newsletters, post to our social media accounts, host quarterly meetings, and offer other webinar opportunities as we are able to. All right. The IDOH team here is growing. We would like to give a very warm welcome to our new food systems manager, Allison Landsman. Today is her very first day. Not sure. Oh, and she's here. Hello, Allison. If you would like to say hello very quickly.
Hi, everyone. Yesterday was my first official day. I am Allison, or Allie Landsman. I'm very excited to be joining the team. Super happy to be here. And great to meet everyone as well. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we're very excited to have Allison join our team. So welcome, Allison, and welcome to your first SNAC meeting. I know you'll learn to love them like everyone else. Also coming soon, we are in the works with onboarding our new SNAP-Ed Community Partnerships Coordinator. Hopefully she will be joining us towards the end of November. So stay tuned for more updates on that and communications from her as she takes over the role of sessions here. November 13th is her first day. Thank you, Naima. So it's coming up. We're very excited to have our team keep on growing. Excited to get her started. We are also accepting some applications. We have our Early Care and Education, or ECE coordinator, that we are currently accepting applications for, as well as a Farm to School Value Chain Professional. I'm not sure if Lindsay is on the call today. Lindsay Boza, if you wanted to say anything about the ECE coordinator position, if you're on here, or Naima, if you would like to talk a little bit about the Farm to School Value Chain Professional. Just give everybody a little blurb about what these positions are.
I would love to invite Brianna to give an overview of the Farm to School Value Chain Professional, and I'll see if Lindsay can hop on and talk about the ECE coordinator.
Okay, sorry, I had to find my unmute button. So we are excited to be hiring a farm to school value chain professional. That is a result of the farm to school grant that we received for 2023. And this farm to school value chain professional will work to support our local procurement products in school markets and really support our local producers as well as our schools to help build those sustainable relationships. To improve local procurement in the farm to school space. So we're really excited. It will be a fully remote position with high travel across the state. And you can apply for this position or share this position widely through LinkedIn or Indeed. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out.
All right. Thanks, Brianna. All right. And maybe we can come back later and Lindsay can tell us a little bit more about the ECU coordinator position. Again, you can also apply to that via Indeed as well as LinkedIn. And links to all applications will be sent out in the meeting minutes if you would like to share them with your partners or anyone else you think is interested. All right, and I just wanted to review some of the other opportunities that we have shared over this year. From the beginning of the year up until about August, we hosted monthly webinar series, and these were just some of the topics that we covered, including supporting community well-being through art and placemaking, food councils 101, social determinants of health screenings in Indiana hospital systems, engaging leaders and policymakers by anchoring community voice, supporting federal and state policy from the local level, as well as food as medicine, an overview and implementation. All of these webinars are great resources, include Q&A sessions where people were able to ask some more specific questions and get really amazing answers and input, as well as a bunch of resources were shared. The great thing about these webinars is that they are all recorded and are currently housed on the SNAC website. So if anybody wasn't able to make one, or they really wanted to and they missed it, or they didn't know we were doing this and they missed it, and they would like to go through and review, you are more than welcome to go and visit our SNAC website and go and see some of the meeting minutes and recordings. Which is a great reminder. We have a website in case you were unaware. It is where we are housing a lot of information, a lot of resources, and where we are sharing just lots of opportunities. So make sure you are able to check that out occasionally. And if you would like anything shared on the website, feel free to submit it on the website if there's an event you would like to be promoted. Or if you would like me to post something, feel free to send that to me as well. And also, please follow us on Facebook as well as our Instagram. We do try our best to promote and share resources and information there as well. And I see that Lindsay hasn't been able to join us. Hello, Lindsay. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about the ECE coordinator position?
Yes, apologies. I stepped away to warm up my lunch. Hi everybody. Yes, we are hiring a childhood education coordinator for our division. First time we've had this as a standalone position. So we previously had a schools and ECE coordinator position, which was our child wellness coordinator. Jenna Sperry, she has transitioned to full-time on our school health grant that we have with the CDC. So we still have a need for early childhood education, ECE, coordination statewide, looking at healthy programs and policies and practices in the childcare arena. So we have that job posting out right now on both Indeed and LinkedIn. And yeah, so that position would be here in the DMPA, and that position would be working with other stakeholders around the state and partners that work on the early childhood education arena when it comes to policy systems and environmental change in that setting. So if you have anyone who has we're really hoping to find someone who has been had some experience working in a childcare environment, and then also would love to have some public health background as well. So if you know of anyone who would have some interest or background in either of those areas, please let us know, and or if you find the position online, send it to them so that they can apply. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Lindsay. We really appreciate that. All right. So now we'll go on to partner updates. And I know that Brianna had some stuff to share with everybody about how Farm to School Month went this year. So I will hand it on over to her. I believe she has a couple slides to share with everybody. So Brianna,
Yes.
tell us the good
Okay.
news.
Thank you. Let me get this set up here. I had it already and then kind of lost my screen. Okay. Let me see if this is going to work. Okay. Okay. Thumbs up, Amy, if you can see this. Okay. And hopefully it's the right piece of information that you're seeing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I have a couple other updates too, other than Farm to School Month. But Farm to School Month was a blast. I felt like I was on a Farm to School roadshow for most of the month. I was able to travel to different communities and see how they're implementing Farm to School, not just during Farm to School Month, but really expanding a sustainable and holistic Farm to School program within their K-12 communities. I was also able to meet with community members at a Rotary Club and really just share with them how they can be farm to school champions in their community and embrace the farm to school pillars and support their local communities. I also had the opportunity to meet with Indiana Grown members and share with them how they as producers can be involved in farm to school and really give them a better understanding of how they can enter that school market and maybe provide them with next steps on building those relationships with our food service directors. So a lot of great things happening. I know that we have more updates coming from IDOE about how Apple Crunch went, but it sounded like the goal was met, and it was just really neat to see the excitement around farm to school during this last month. I also wanted to share with you just some updates on projects that are happening kind of behind the scenes and that are going to be coming out into the community here very soon. So, and if I didn't introduce myself, my name is Brianna Good, and I'm the Farm to School Coordinator here at the Indiana Department of Health within the Division of Nutrition and Physical Activity. I know I probably have connected with a lot of you before, but just in case. So I would like to share with you some updates on our most recent projects and some resource development that we have going on. So the first one is our Farm to School grant project. We're excited to share that we are a recipient of the 2023 USDA Farm to School grant. Through this funding opportunity, we are going to be able to build upon the successful Farm to School expansion that's happened over the last 4 years and really respond to the changing landscape of Farm to School here in Indiana. So the Indiana Grown for Schools Network, which is a collaborative network amongst different statewide partners and agencies, is really well positioned to successfully administer this grant, which consists of the following objectives. So we are looking forward to hosting 20 to 40 community-centered listening sessions to receive feedback about some of the successes, challenges, and visions for Farm to School in Indiana within different communities. This information will really help us drive and develop a strategic priority document for us to be able to support schools and really become responsive to the needs in different communities. We also will be identifying 10 to 20 schools that are participating in our local Food for Schools program to receive funding to implement and build a holistic and sustainable farm to school program. We, like I said before, are going to be hiring a farm to school value chain professional to really help support the local procurement products in school markets and really expand on our value chain network and providing some information on how they can enter the school market. And last but not least, there is opportunities for professional development and school marketing training for value chain professionals and producers, which we also really hope is going to encourage schools and producers alike to enter that school market. The 2024 USDA Farm to School grant is also open right now and accepting applications. So if we can provide any grant writing support for you or your community, please don't hesitate to reach out. And if you have questions about any of these projects as well within this Farm to School grant, I'm also happy and eager to answer those for you. Another program that we have going on right now is the Local Food for Schools program, or some of you may have heard it as LFS. The Indiana Department of Health is also leading this program here in Indiana. The USDA has provided funding to help with the challenge of supply chain disruptions, and this program is aimed to strengthen the food systems for schools by helping build a fair and resilient local food chain with an emphasis on purchasing from socially disadvantaged producers and ranchers here in Indiana. So the Indiana Local Food for Schools program is aimed to increase access to local food in our K-12 schools at no cost to the schools, and also improve that supply chain resiliency through partnerships with local producers, distributors, food hubs, and schools. Schools who are eligible to participate must be 50% or more free and reduced lunch or CEP. There's no deadline for schools to sign up for LFS, but the program does run through August 2024 or until funds have been utilized. So if you know of schools in your community who meet that eligibility, please feel free to have them email me. I can drop my email in the chat, or I'll share it here at the end as well. We have an LFS FAQ sheet that's also available for you to share out to your communities as you start having this conversations, and that is geared towards the school audience so that they're answering questions more for the food service side than they would be for the producer side. So I'm happy to share that with you as well. We also have updated our Harvest of the Month database. So our Harvest of the Month in general provides lessons and activities for students and families, also their community, to engage in hands-on learning opportunities to really explore and taste and learn about the importance of eating fresh and local produce. You can find updated resources from the Indiana Grown for Schools and from a lot of our farm to school partners across the state who've been working collaboratively to really come up with lessons that would be aligned with Indiana academic standards and also focused on Indiana producers. So we have resources for students, teachers, food service directors, communities, families, and you can review these different resources on our Harvest of the Month database. We have lessons that are aligned, like I said, with Indiana academic standards, and you can see which grade levels they may fall under as well. We have information sheets that have been updated with all of our Indiana facts. There are agriculture and nutrition education videos that highlight different Indiana farms. And then we also have an editable farm to school flyer template. And I really like this because you're able to go in and change where this food came from. So you can change the farm, you can change the product, and you can really make it your own. So I really like that. You can even add it like where you might see this in the school lunch menu. So there's a lot of different things on there. These are just a few of the updated resources, but I encourage you to check it out. You can find it under the category tag of elementary educators or educators, I believe. And then last but not least, I wanted to share our recognition program. This is a farm to school marketing based program for Indiana qualifying entities. K-12 schools will receive certifications by individual school and not by their district or corporation. Qualifying entities can apply for one or more badges at a time. And Farm to ECE is the highest badge after they receive all 3 badges. So each badge is really focused on one pillar of farm to school. So you have this like the school garden badge, and I think that's like the Great Garden School. We have the Farm Friendly School for local procurement, the Eat Smart School for ag and nutrition education, and then our Future Farm Friends is for our ECE. We also have incentives that we are excited to share with you that are designed for a variety of audiences that are participating in the recognition program. Some of them are pens and pencils, but we also have bench scrapers and spatulas, rain gauges, aprons. So a couple other incentives to be able to really showcase to your community and families, future residents, that there are a lot of great things that are happening within Farm to School in your communities. And then if you have questions or you're looking for additional resources or support, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to support you through all of your Farm to School adventures. I also encourage you to check out our social media pages where we share a lot of updated resources and events and other opportunities for you to get involved. I would like to make sure that I extend my email as well. And if you have someone who's interested even in the farm to school value chain professional position, or is just really interested in getting engaged in farm to school, please have them reach out. And I will stop sharing. Okay. Great.
Thanks so much, Brianna. That was
You're
awesome.
welcome.
You sound like you're very busy. So good job. Does anyone online today have any questions regarding anything that Brianna just went over or questions about the value chain position? Feel free to raise your hand or throw it in the chat. All right. Awesome. Well, if you do have questions later on, we will share out Brianna's contact information for you all later. Along with the meeting minutes that will come out, I should say. All righty. Is there anyone else who would like to share an update of their organization or project they are working on? Legita, always happy to hear from you. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
So much. As you all may or may not be aware of, WIC recently underwent a formula change, something we have to do periodically, put that out for bid. We transitioned from Gerber to Mead Johnson. It went well and is complete. She'd also like you to know that the WIC cash value benefit, normally referred to as CVB, is currently at the following rates: $26 for child participants, $47 for pregnant and postpartum participants, and $52 for fully and partially breastfeeding participants. This is an inflation adjusted number. Our redemption has been over 90% for all categories, which is wonderful news. And of course, we need a budget or a CR federally to maintain that level of CVB. So we are all keeping our fingers and toes crossed that we get good news before November 17th. Additionally, on the TFAP front, CCC food and admin funding continues to flow. Those admin funds are 100% passed through to the food banks to support the storage and transportation of the additional CCC funded foods, which we are very thankful for, considering that we continue to see pandemic levels of attendance at food pantries and soup kitchens. Yet the cost of food has increased, so our entitlement funding is not able to purchase as much as we would have prior to 2020. Reach and Resiliency Grants rounds 1 and 2. Community Harvest has completed their round 1 project. Food Bank of Northwest Indiana continues to hit it hard. They are ahead of their pace. Second Harvest East Central experienced some supply chain issues with getting the wrap for their mobile market, but it's finally coming. It's supposed to be here this month. Food Bank of Northern Indiana experienced an unfortunate delay in that they hired a mobile market coordinator who within 2 months chose to leave. So they are now seeking someone to fill that mobile market coordinator position. Food Bank of Northern Indiana is in South Bend. LFPA Track 1 ended the year strong. The 2024 producer applications went live in September. The expectation is that the producer MOUs will be executed by January 1. Surveys and distribution plan templates go out to all the primary distributors next week following our monthly meeting tomorrow. My big project for 2023 was EFMNP, transitioning Wiccan Senior Farmers Market nutrition programs from a paper check-based system to an electronic benefit system using a mobile wallet and having the local agencies access issuance through a web-based portal. We will be having our local agency caucuses, one for WIC local agencies, one for senior local agencies this month. We're also sending out participant surveys to WIC FMNP recipients and SFMNP recipients this month. We have already started in October our work on 2024, what I refer to as Indiana EFMNP 2.0, and our 2024 state plan.
All right. Thanks, Legita. You also
Thank
sound like
you.
you've been very busy.
Oh, it's been a crazy ride.
It has been quite the year so far. Does anyone have any questions for Legita about anything that she went over? Amazing. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to share with the group? I know I see many community wellness coordinators on the call today, so I wonder if anyone would be interested in talking about any recent initiatives they're working on or upcoming projects they're working on that they're excited about. You guys are always out there doing fun stuff. We love to hear it. Alrighty. Guess we're feeling quiet today. It is a Wednesday. I understand. We'll go ahead and move along. Alrighty. So fun topic I wanted to discuss with everyone today includes the SNAC professional development in 2024 and beyond. So first off, let's talk about what is SNAC's current role. Well, currently, and for the past couple of years now, our role has been to promote communication and collaboration among the nutrition and physical activity, public health, workforce, and organizations who are working in that space. But SNAC wants to understand how can we best serve you all in this role. Well, we have thought about creating and offering professional development opportunities to our network, including everyone in attendance here and everyone who is interested in coming to meetings in the future. But we want to know, I'm sure you're asking, what kind of opportunities? What are you going to offer? What is that going to include? Well, now is the opportunity for you guys to tell us. So I have created a Jamboard in which we can all share our thoughts and ideas and feelings about professional development opportunities that SNAC can offer in the future. So I will put in Jamboard time. Hope everyone's excited. I will put in a link to share this. I can find the link. Oh, you know what? I have the link saved here. I will put it in the chat. If you want to add in your comments, feel free. There we go. And these are things that we're just trying to capture from everybody when you're thinking about what are some topic areas that you would like to receive some more training on, or what are some skills that you would like to develop more on or initially start learning about. Or if you're thinking about the communities that you're working in, whether you work with some schools or some other local organizations or a specific type of audience, what are those audience that you feel like we should offer opportunities to? And if you're aware of any other organizations that offer really great training opportunities or any other resources that SNAC can reach out to, we would also like to hear from that. So, does anyone have any questions, or would anybody like to offer up some ideas? We're a very quiet bunch today.
Amy, would it be possible to have access to this even after the fact? Like,
Yes, yes, I will definitely send out a
YouTube or
link if
something, or like how much? Okay, okay,
yeah,
thank you.
I will definitely send a link for you to input some more ideas and opportunities. You can also email me. I'm always open to emails. How to help small growers sell to the retail space. Excellent. Love that.
Hey, Amy, it's
Mhm.
Brianna again. I did see one that said how to get started with farm to school, which that might be my favorite one that's been brainstormed so far. No, I'm just kidding. But I did want to say I forgot to mention that during my presentation that we will have myself and then one member from IDEO, we will have Indiana Farm to School office hours the second Wednesday of every month. From 3:30 to 4:30, just so for people can hop on anytime within that hour to ask questions, or we can help kind of just facilitate different conversations based on what's needed in those different communities or with those different stakeholders. So just throwing that out there as well, that we will have office hours the second Wednesday of each month starting this month. And there's a link that will be going out through our social media and also on in our newsletter.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Can't wait to share that out. It'll be exciting. How to design a movement campaign in an unconnected community. Ooh, that is really, I love that. And now we're getting there. Now we're flowing. Brain juices are flowing, guys. I love it. How to integrate public health work with clinical settings. Excellent. Effective data collection and evaluation skills. Awesome. Yes, we're just trying to get a feel for what you guys are looking for or needs that you see in your communities or in your work, or even for you yourself, something that you wish you were had more opportunities to work on or develop on or learn about. And we're going to review all of this information and put together a plan, which we're hoping to share with everyone early next year. So, translation services, okay. How to communicate with market to low income populations. Yes, that's one thing I've noticed a lot. That's a common thread throughout a lot of programs and initiatives is that there's definitely a need for training organizations and individuals on good marketing techniques. We create all these amazing programs and initiatives, and I think sometimes how we market it gets overlooked, or maybe just isn't offered quite enough attention. So, but if we don't have the resources or the knowledge, that impacts it. So that's a great point. How to engage your community. People just seem so uninvolved in community issues. Okay. How to build
Amy, there
capacity.
is a question in the chat.
Oh.
Do you have a preference on whether they put their responses in the first sheet or in the second sheet? Is the first sheet an old one? Because I have seen some popping up on the first sheet.
Oh, either. The
Sorry.
first one was from a previous meeting, a small group meeting that I held, but I wanted to hear from a larger group and more members of our amazing State Nutrition Action Committee. So I will be reviewing both sheets. So if you end up in the first one, not a problem. If it's in the second one, also not a problem. How developing new sites in your programs is dynamically similar to processes found in sales and marketing. We are all salespeople, and that's the truth. We're all trying to make a sale. We're trying to sell people health. Urban audiences, yes. Bringing small growers together. Sell market as a cohort. Best ways to connect with physicians for food as medicine program support and recruiting. Oh, yes, we have an excellent suggestion for a partner organization, Minneapolis Heart Institute Foundation, Heart of New Ulm Project. Could be cool to have a speaker on this or related work. Oh, with a link to a website. Thank you. Always appreciate that. Counting skills and delivery requirements when working with other businesses. All right. Understanding zoning laws and their impact on physical activity. That is an excellent topic. Also, feel free to add more stickies if you got more ideas and we use them all up. Food safety. It's a big one. Ideas for Health First Indiana partnerships with local health departments. So I do believe there might be more information coming out on that. I do know that Lindsay Boza, you are kind of our main person on our team involved with Health First Indiana topics and information. Do you have anything you want to share about that? I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's okay. So I think I have actually been hearing from some other partners that they would like to be learning more about how they can engage with the local health departments for Health First Indiana and what kinds of messaging to use and such. So I think that's going to be coming a little more promotion for partners and stakeholders about how to engage with Health First Indiana. I think that's on the horizon. So what we have been doing though is there's been a core of us that have been going around doing workshops with the local health departments. I'm actually doing one tomorrow and Friday. So tomorrow we're working with districts 1 and 4. So the Northwest Indiana side of things. We're going up to Reynolds, Indiana for that. And the workshop is going to be focused on the tobacco prevention core service as well as the chronic disease core service. And so we're actually talking about the work that we do in DMPA and how we can be of assistance when it comes to the chronic disease core service and also what community partners to work with. And we mention all of you that are on this call, especially the community wellness coordinators. And so there's that. So we're doing workshops around the state with the local health departments on some of this work. But as far as partnerships, yeah, I don't need to reiterate it, but there should be some information coming soon about how to engage better with the local health departments. We'll make sure that you are aware of that when it's available.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The brain juice is still churning and flowing, guys. I feel like we've slowed down a little bit. Does anybody else have any other thoughts, ideas? I want to make sure we leave enough time to talk about this, or even open up the floor for discussion. If anybody wants to bounce ideas off of each other, now would be a good time. Collaborative group, collaboration and communication, our vision and mission. See, know people might have been adding. We had some other ideas at a previous small group meeting. Some of the things that people suggested, just to give you more ideas, make you think about some other things. Rural limited resource audience. Yes. Yes, the rural audience is definitely something I would like to focus on as we continue with our SNAP at work and offering opportunities for sure. It's definitely very different than our urban audiences. Connecting Purdue Extension CWCs with community partners who receive IDOH grants. The CWC isn't already listed on the grant. Absolutely. I know that is, I think, an effort that we internally are also trying to promote, especially with Health First Indiana. We definitely want to let all the partners know about you guys because you are such an invaluable resource. You guys are awesome. I think one more is coming. All right. That is some pretty solid input. I really appreciate everyone who's input ideas and put in some thoughts. We will review this as a team. We will keep you updated on what comes out from it. And we were also always open to feedback. So as we are continuing to build out this plan and present it to the group and get some feedback, always please be honest with us and share your thoughts and feelings. We are so open and receptive to them because we want to make sure we are serving our network, the SNAC, appropriately. All right. We will go ahead and continue on with the meeting. Just have a couple more announcements and reminders for everybody. Again, I will send out that link to the Jamboard, again, with some more probing questions with the meeting minutes, so that if anybody thinks of anything else or another idea later in the week, you can always feel free to add it to it. You can also feel free to email me or at my email address or the info@indianasnac.com. I always check that frequently, so if you would like to reach that out too, and I will send out that email as well. So just announcements and reminders. SNAC member profiles. The SNAC member profiles can be found on our website. The purpose of these profiles was originally to serve as an opportunity for people across the state who find this website to see who is involved with SNAC and see what kind of work they do And if you would like to submit or update your SNAC profile, please feel free to fill out the form I will send along in the meeting minutes. So if you can update some of the projects you're working on or any of the information, anything like that, or if you haven't filled one out and you'd like to share the information, you can also feel free to do that. Absolutely welcome. It is by no means mandatory that every person who attends these meetings or participates in this committee has to fill one out, but it does help promote us and let people know what we do and who we are. Also, the SNAC newsletter. Please send any updates, stories, funding opportunities, any organization highlights, anything you want featured to info@indianasnac.com, and we will make sure it is shared in the newsletter with the entire group. Also, coming up, we will be sending out the SNAC annual feedback survey. It will be sent out in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that. That is just our opportunity to get feedback from you on the meetings throughout the year, the activities we offer, the information that is shared. It's an opportunity for you to let us know how you've felt this past year and anything like that. I currently don't, it is currently a Word document. You can find for the SNAP profiles template is a Word document, so I will definitely send it out. I don't have it at drop of the hat right now, but you can find them all on the website if you go to indianasnac.com, but I will make sure that it is sent out with the meeting minutes. All right, and for right now, next quarterly meeting is tentatively February 14th from 1 to 2:30 Eastern. A Teams link for all of the 2024 quarterly meetings will be sent out early next year as soon as we get all of the dates finalized. We just know that February is always not the first Wednesday of the month because it does coincide with our annual SNAP-Ed conference that we all attend, so it's usually the second week of February. And again, those meeting invites and calendar holds will be sent out in the next coming weeks. All right. That is all we have for you guys today. If anybody else has any last minute updates or information they would like to share, feel free. But other than that, thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you for participating in the Jamboard session. We really appreciate your input and feedback. We really want to make sure we're serving you guys as best we can. And yes, look out for those meeting minutes. Lots of information will be in them, including a copy of the PowerPoint and everything else you guys would like to have. Thank you all again for joining us. Happy holidays. Have a good rest of your year.